One day, a student comes to see his rabbi. The rabbi was very sick. And he asks him, Reb Chaim, how are you doing? And the rabbi answered, well, I wish I was doing as well spiritually as I'm doing physically. The student, bewildered, looked at him and said, what are you talking about, Rabbi? You mean to say you want to be physically as well as you are spiritually? Because spiritually you're so holy, you've studied so much Torah, you've taught so many students, you've prayed for hours, you've done so much. But physically, you're in such pitiful situation that even when you eat a piece of apple, your body can't even integrate it and swallow it, you throw it up. The rabbi answered, I know exactly what I'm saying. I wish I was spiritually the way I am physically. It's true, when I eat a piece of apple, I throw it up. But one thing is for sure, a drop of that apple will become my flesh and my blood. I don't know, the rabbi said, if all the studying and all the service to the community and all the teaching and all the great things I've done have become one with me, like that drop of apple will become a part of me. This week, we speak about the different kosher animals and non-kosher animals. The fish which are kosher, the fish which are not. When you eat food, you actually are what you eat. The food that you eat becomes a part of you. In this week's parasha, we find, for example, that the stork, it's a bird that is called the Hasidah, the pious one. And it's considered one of the birds which are not kosher. One of the commentaries explains that the reason why we don't eat non-kosher animals is because they have a bad nature. And we don't want that bad nature should be absorbed and integrated into us. As we know that non-kosher food blocks the heart from feeling and the mind from connecting to godliness. So what happened? Why does the Torah tells you that you're not allowed to eat a stork? It's called the pious one, the Hasidah. The reason for this is because it does acts of kindness, but only for its own, not for others. And therefore that too is not kosher. And then you have another animal, another bird, which is called the Ra'ah, the Da'ah, the Daya. Why is it called the Ra'ah, the one that's able to see, the seer? Because it's able to stand in Greece and see a piece of dead meat in Jerusalem. That's the extended vision it has. So why is it not kosher? Our sages teach us, because when you have a power of vision like the one of this bird, you should not use it to look for something which is impure and dead. You should look for life. Every one of the animals has another quality. We integrate something which is healthy, our mind thinks healthy. We know that in Chassidut it explains that it's not only the physical aspect of the animal, but the spiritual vitality of this animal gives it its true nature. And therefore, you have some animals which are kosher, can be elevated and can actually serve God as they become a part of man. And certain animals can never ever be elevated. So what are we waiting for? You want to change the way you think, you want to change the way you feel, you want to open up a channel for God, eat kosher.